Welcome to Animal Rescue Postmortem, where we analyze animal rescue videos from around the world, breaking down techniques, outcomes, and the critical decisions that make these rescues succeed or fail. Hosted by Chief Carmack, who holds certifications in multiple technical rescue specialties and has over 40 years of experience in human and animal rescue. Get ready for an insightful look at these life-saving operations.
Volume 9, Video 11. Here's a true emergency. I don't believe that this video is staged. I believe this person has made a grave mistake and put this snake around their neck, which you see people do a whole lot. But this is proof that some of these snakes that aren't very large at all here, I bet this snake maybe 5-6 feet. Of course, it's hard to tell since it's wrapped up. But this is what we're watching is a true emergency for a snake. So let's just go ahead and play this out here. Volume 9, Video 11, if I haven't said that already. So I believe he's trying to hold the snake's head to keep it from biting him. But it just keeps getting tighter and tighter around his neck. I mean, you can see how tight that snake is around his neck. Now, what I don't get is how come he is not unraveling the snake himself to the point of going unconscious. And here's the thing about that snake. Once that guy's let go of that snake, and if that snake's in the frame of mind of eating him, even though it's too big for him to eat, he's trying to choke him, unconscious, excuse me, that snake's going to twist and wrap around there even more and get even more tight. So this is something that, so I think he can't talk. If that snake's tightened around his neck, he probably cannot talk properly, and so he's trying to signal to get the snake off. But everyone else around him doesn't get what's happening here and realize that this is an emergency. This is what a real emergency looks like. Okay, so while that's playing out there, let me do a demonstration here. I think that I still need to go take this off of full screen. Let's pause it. Let me switch over here. Alright, let's go full screen real quick. Here's the thing. When a snake is attached to somebody, what you want to do, if you don't have like rubbing alcohol or ammonia, like a cleaning ammonia for the house, that you can get a couple drops down into the nostrils of the snake. The fastest I've ever seen a snake disconnect was from me when somebody put rubbing alcohol down into the nostrils of the snake. Okay, and so if you're going to be doing emergency rescue and expect to be handling large snakes or constrictors of any kind that might be doing something like this, or somebody's getting choked to death, you're not going to try to use a weapon on there. You're not going to try to hack it or cut it because of the risk that you're taking to the human patient. When the solutions to a constrictor snake like this are pretty simple. One, the ammonia or the rubbing alcohol. Rubbing alcohol is my first choice because it's more readily available, in my opinion. And that's something that we keep on hand anyways. All right? And then you unravel the snake. If it doesn't release, or you don't have access to something to put down its nose like that, like the alcohol or the ammonia, what you want to do? Okay, so I'm going to use this loop represents the snake's head here, and it may be attached to someone. All right. So what you want to do is get behind that snake's head there and control it just for the moment, and then you don't need too many wraps. This represents the tail of the snake. It doesn't matter if it's an anaconda or if it's like a Burmese python or any of the pythons. What you want to do is unravel it from the tail. Unravel it. If this is a very large snake, it can take multiple strong-bodied people to be able to hold that snake and keep it from recoiling around that person. So you want to unravel it. Okay? And then work on getting its head disconnected. But you want to control the body of the snake. In some cases, what you can do, and what I did when I was in a predicament with a Burmese python that was trying to get around my neck, was I was able to wedge its body up onto a branch that was in an exhibit, and it started wrapping around the branch, which helped it from getting around my neck, where it was wrapped around my arm here. It was a big, thick-bodied Burmese python, but then I got it to start wrapping around the branch of the tree, and so it still had me here from my forearm down. My hand was in its mouth, and the body was on the tree. So that's what you want to do, and then once you want to maintain control of that head so that you can start manipulating the head to get it off of there. Okay, maybe some other household cleaner might work. I don't think bleach would work, as well as something like the aromatics of the ammonia or the rubbing alcohol. And then I don't know if the rubbing alcohol is actually burning the nostrils of the animal, like if it's having a burning effect like it does when we get it on an open cut or something like that. But I can tell you, at the speed at which that Burmese python disconnected from my body was unbelievably fast. It probably took maybe 3 seconds for it to get his teeth, which were fully embedded across my hand here like this. It caught my hand at an angle. I mean, it was a great imprint. I wish I still had the photos of it. There was an imprint of its teeth in my hands like this, that's the shape of the snake's head. So anyway, it went from around the tree to around my arm, and it moved its jaws in a way it was able to back off of my hand very rapidly and not leave any teeth behind in just a matter of a few seconds. It was pretty amazing to experience. All right, so this is an emergency. And I mean, look, if we get a report of this, it's not likely this person will be conscious or possibly even alive by the time we get there. I'm just trying to, once again, this is like fire rescue or animal rescue people who might show up to an incident like this. I'm trying to tell you what you can do before somebody like us can even get to the scene there. These are things that you can do that will be very successful. But you got to get it. You got to start unraveling it around the airway immediately. That's the first thing that I would start doing, and then you can send somebody to the truck for the rubbing alcohol or whatever. But the first thing is just try to get that airway secure, right? Okay? I said all there is to say about that. That's it. I'm out.